know, but it still works like it always used to.
Well, I was talking about.
Hey, do you have the computer that big screen goes?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess my brain comes out. It's a small one of those.
Yeah. Well, that was. But that one. Compatible with a lot of stuff. Has problems. Who told you that on a computer? The hot shop that he got it at. The reason why it was sold so cheap was because it doesn't work on other shit.
Oh.
It goes to that computer. So unless the computer's there, that screen has never been used in. Because it won't work.
No doubt, but that's the only problem. Because all we need is the remote control.
No, we need computers that screen will work on right there.
Yeah.
Then it will work.
Right.
So.
Well, it works now.
What?
It works now on the small monitor.
Well, yeah, the monitors will work.
The monitor is compatible with the screen you have, but this screen is not
compatible with hardly anything.
So you have to have.
All right, can you hear me? I think I'm live. I will soon find out.
Look at that. Talking the whole time.
Alright, can you hear me? Alright, can you hear me?
Yeah, we're hearing that fast. A blast from the past.
I think I'm live.
He's live!
Oh.
You got any video of me?
Yeah, yeah, I do. It's so I don't keep track of all this shit. I hope you realize that. I try, but what I'm in is I'm a little kid in an energy field that's just playing in the matrix, and I'm messy as hell, and I'm rude and impolite. I throw tantrums. I do everything that kids do, but I know the adult and I know the program so well that it's just an act now. So what people expect me to do, I go right instead of left. When they think I'm going to go left, I go right. When they think I'm going to go right, I go left. I'm a real mind motherfucker. I try, but what I'm in is I'm a little kid.
My
Huh?
country?
Yeah. Where is it? Right there.
Okay, can you turn on my video?
Yeah, I'll give you the controls here. Hold on.
All right, let's try it again. It probably won't work, but let's see the controls. I'm in a moderated call.
Okay. What? Well, that's bullshit. Oh, of course, in a call. You're not in a call, you're in a broadcast. That's where everybody gets confused. They don't make they don't let you know how separate they are.
No, they don't, do they?
Now, and it's a major screw up on their part. And maybe they're doing it on purpose. I mean, if I was them, I would do the same thing to people. I'd fuck with them so hard that very few people would get it, which is what I do already. I fuck with people so hard and give them so much shit to think about and so many things that they can focus on either the word fuck, and they notice it only in relationship to God, but they don't get the message because they're fucking prejudiced against somebody who's totally fucking a being of love and naming me something that they are, which is to say that I'm all fucked up because I use God and fuck in the same sentence. They're totally fucked.
Can you tell me why my video isn't coming through?
Your video, you have to click on yours because I'm the one that controls the video, and what I see is a cat.
Yeah, but I'm clicking on my control room video camera, red and black. And
remember we had that problem yesterday?
Do you have Pal Talk open?
Let me check. I do.
That's why. I've got nothing. You can hear me. I can play my sound effects, and that's about it. So.
Okay. Let me close Pal Talk and see if it works.
All right.
How about now?
Well, let me click.
I'm seeing it coming up. It's going back, and I can see the icon change from red to. Is it? I don't think it's Pal Talk. It might. I don't know what it is. But we got to troubleshoot here.
Could I possibly bow out and try to get right back in? Would that offend you?
No, not at all. You want me to leave and come back?
No, I will. I will leave and try to come back.
Okay, and then I will do that if it doesn't fix it.
All right.
And leave you with the controls.
All right.
Yeah, I should probably go put this in the fridge.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna get something,
Yeah.
right now.
By the way, let
change
me
the sign.
reassure you.
Yep.
There is no obligation to stuff. If you say you and I are going to meet at 3 and somebody doesn't show up, so what? I used to get upset about all this. It's like going for the goal and we have to get together. And see, I'm combining the two. We have a plan for a meeting at 9, but it doesn't happen. So what? Something else was supposed to happen. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you get that?
I don't believe there's
Do
any
you get that?
mistakes. Yeah, absolutely.
So whenever
I
you feel like
understand that.
you need to move, you're not under no obligation to say, well, I got something else to do. You know?
I go with an awesome flow.
But you see, I'm trying to bring
So,
the two worlds together.
Yep.
The world of the Western mind and the world of, well, what's the closest to it is a rainbow gathering type mind. Okay? Because that gets even closer
Well,
to
we are definitely putting it together. I want to do that sign before it gets dark. I want to do this because I might.
Have you got something set up for?
Well, no, you just want me to change the web.
Oh yeah, but Nano just mixed the letters up. I told her about the concept. The sign has to change. For instance, I've dismantled the sign at the end of a message and taken, because the message is over, and I don't have the time because nobody's around, and I have to do it myself. I have to take off the date, so it doesn't look like laziness on my part. If I take the date off, then the event isn't being advertised. And if it's an important event, I'll take the date off and I'll take a bunch of letters off to show that it's not complete. And people will think either it's not complete, that the date's coming up, or if they read it, they know that it's over and it's in the process of being taken down. Okay? Because they're only going by for a minute. So what does she do? They're only going by from a minute and a half. Do you see? You understand that I explained to you the concept, that I know what's going on all around me because I'm in the center here, okay? And also I know that people go by, and so if somebody looks at the sign and says, well, we just saw that, they're going to reason to themselves, well, the sign's in the process of being taken down. And if somebody sees it who hasn't seen it, they won't mistake it for an event that's coming up and see that the date is already over, because it might be up the next day or 2 days. So I get rid of the date and I take a couple of letters down from it, so all the people that know that the sign was relevant for then, if they see it 3 days later where it still hasn't been taken down, they'll assume maybe I've died.
They could.
But they would think maybe I'm just lazy,
right?
Or I don't have help.
So
see, that's why I like the analytical mind, because it's so much fun to figure out what the little robot.
Yeah, well, that's interesting how you mentioned that about to the perception of what's happening. It could be varied, but you can definitely the anticipation of something.
Right.
You know, like either something's coming apart or it's put together.
Right, because they only get 90 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta go. That's killing my ears, man. I almost
well, tell me, because I don't even know it.
Away too, so I've just been.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why you don't hear that. That's crazy.
Well,
it's like,
just like dogs, they don't. They hear higher frequencies. I'm just one of those lower.
Yeah. You said something about brownies. Do you want me to make brownies for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Did you had something to make them with? Is that what?
No. I was gonna. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'll cover you. You know, you're keeping track, right? I mean,
yes, I am. I have everything written down.
Don't worry about the ice cream. That's.
I knew that.
Yeah, I know you knew that. I just wanted to make sure.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
I know Virginia, when she's having her thing, she's gonna enjoy it. So.
Yeah, well, you see, wait a minute. That's the concept of, that's a gift.
Yeah.
And the other stuff is a tit for tat.
Yeah.
And so that's how we can bounce it back and forth.
Yeah. No, I'm keeping total track. It's not a tit for tat thing. When I do something for somebody, it's because I do it for them.
Yeah, but there's a point where
Right.
you can't do it for
Right.
them because we talked about the fact that if you keep giving, you get someone like Leanne that all of a sudden is asking
there
me
has
for
to be
dough.
boundaries drawn at that point.
Right.
And instead of to prevent it altogether, just you got to clarify with her. We have.
Right.
I'm a little more.
We're discussing this so that we have an understanding, clarification, we can explain it to others.
Yeah.
And when Leanne's here, we can talk about this stuff in front of her, but you'll
I'm
notice.
better at doing it with love than Virginia.
She what?
Virginia's not so loving.
Oh, she's a tit for tat.
Virginia.
Yeah, well, and she's got some of the previous stuff, but she seems to see a lot of people out there with stuff, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And she's just a
She's part of it.
little, yeah. But until you realize that you're actually manifesting your reality, and a lot of people don't realize that yet, you know. So
Well,
can't
play with them, and I will get it.
I don't blame her at all.
No.
No, no, she's a great being. Yeah. All right, let's see. Let's see. I got audio. I didn't realize that was so squeaky. Let me see. Oh, you don't have controls. Pal Talk has been closed. Let me see if I can. I can't adjust your camera. No shit. Oh, have you got your camera now? Yeah, it looks like you got it. No shit. Now, let's find out if you can keep your camera, because I remember broadcasting you into the room. Don't you remember there, Ted? Let me get my headphones on. I forgot he had me turn it off here. Because there's a feedback. My hearing's been damaged because of all the videos on rock concerts I used to videotaped. Now, whoop, there we go. Now try it. No shit. It's got to be. Oh, by the way, when I checked out, when we had this problem last time, I checked the video, and it's actually on the video. So it's on my end. I was chattering away, and you were talking back to me, and I went and checked the video, and you can actually be heard on the video. So when I said, I know the solution, I'll just tune it in. But then I said, forget it, because that would be 50 seconds before I heard what you said. And that's not a real good way to go. So now we know it's my computer, and it looks like you are right. It looks like that Pal Talk is interfering with it, but I'm still not totally convinced. I'm convinced to I'm leaning toward a 70% chance that that's it, which is before I had no idea. Now let's see if I go out of this room and come back in now that Pal Talk is closed. We'll find out if now that you have the controls, the broadcast will stay broadcasting, correct? Right? You'll have to use hand signals. Hey, we need to learn sign language. This, by the way, is the ThoughtBridge sign of friendship when you meet a brother. You got to be careful, because their friends around them, if they don't realize that they're part of the ThoughtBridge crowd, will think that you're insulting their friend, and you got to watch out for punches, you know, especially if they're very fond of them, you know, and they're doing something there. But anyway, let me leave, and I'll be right back. And I'm going to put you on camera now. I'll see you in a second.
Frick, I can't believe it. Alright, I should be live now. Okay. Alright, another little memory loss deal, folks. Yeah. Another little memory loss. And a visit to the control panel and all is well. Now we're waiting for our master of ceremonies to step back into the room. And sometimes it takes a while. And I just had to download I got blocked from another hangout I was going to go to. And panel and all is well. Now we're waiting for our master of ceremonies to step back into the room. Well, I just had to download I got blocked. Another hangout I was going to go to. I didn't really get blocked. I got all of a sudden Google gave me an executable to download and then execute. And then by the time I did that, then I had to reboot. And then when I rebooted, I went to Joel's Hangout, and then I forgot I had to change the configuration to authorize the microphone again, like I always do every time I reboot. And so that was a problem. So then I just created my own nightmarish hell, thinking it was something wrong with the Hangout software, and now it was me again. Because I got confused from the anyway, Joel should be back here any second now. But while we're waiting, perhaps I could read to you a little bit out of a book I found the other day. Let's see here. Boy. Well, we'll find something here. Just to fill in the time, we'll read some words of wisdom here. What book do we have? Oh boy. Oh, this ought to be a good one. He's back. Okay, well, we'll save you from that. All right. Welcome back.
Hello.
Yeah, you're live.
Really?
Yep. And I got to apologize. It was my fault. My microphone didn't work. I had it shut off on my software when I rebooted.
Oh.
Every time I reboot, remind me to enable that microphone again. Jeez.
Oh, yeah. Hey, guess what?
Yeah.
I don't play the fault game anymore.
Good.
Only Mr. Bridges does.
That's right.
If somebody starts pulling the fault game, no. I'm always at fault.
I'm sorry.
I always admit to all the shit in the world. I did it. I'm the devil.
Say, what's with your what's with your
what?
What's with your camera?
There's a time problem. There's a time problem here. Oh, how oh my God, he admitted that? No. What? What? What time problem?
Come on
My
into,
goodness, this does seem to be a time problem here.
come on into my hangout.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to get in there, but I don't know how. It sounds confusing.
There's room for 10.
10? 10 what?
10 beings, as you call them.
No beings.
Mother, is that you? Well, you're not the only one that's confused. Yeah, you said that. Isn't it kind of redundant? Hey, can I have a seat? I'm online too. Don't forget about me.
No! Shut up! You're dumb.
Oh, I'm always confused. But they tell me I have a good excuse because I'm stupid. And it's not so bad being stupid. Mr. Bridges told me ignorance is bliss, and a lot of people would like to be in your position, Jimmy. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. All right. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-da. Ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba. Well, let's see, we're coming through the time tunnel here. Time is catching up with us now. We're starting to synchronize. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba. Oh boy, I can't wait to land.
Ah, you're back.
Oh, almost.
Welcome back. How was your trip?
Oh, it was wonderful.
Good.
Looks like there's a little, my old self hasn't caught up.
It will. How did you sleep last night?
Oh, I slept great.
Good. Good. I did too. Slept like a rock.
Yeah. I slept like a cloud. Let me see if I can find out where that time problem is. Like a rock.
Say, could you get some women into your hangout, Joel?
Maybe.
Try hard.
I added a whole lot last night.
You did?
Yeah. Yeah,
Where'd
I
you?
experiment. I found them all in the School of Life.
Ah, yes.
Just do a search for School of Life and you'll find a shitload of them there.
Okay.
Maybe. Maybe. He did. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Maybe. He did. Yeah. Joel, could you answer a question for me? What would that be? Oh, nice sound effects. Well, I was just wondering, how does time work?
Why worry about it?
Well, I gotta answer his question. You know, he's like a kid. He wants to know.
Not important.
All right, Jimmy. Listen up. You see that receding away from you? Okay. See that on the screen?
Yeah.
Well, that just went away. See, it went right down. That means that you are the center and time is like that. It's gone into affinity. It's gone into infinity.
Hmm.
It's moving from the invisible part of yourself. That's why it fades away. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Say, one time I took some brownies and I was going to work and I had one brownie and my buddy, the genius, one of the genius buddies of mine, and I said, "Nah, I got to go to work." He goes, "Oh, don't you want just one more brownie? Just one more?" Well, I'm going to work, man. I don't know. Oh, come on. Just take one more brownie. I tell you what, I got to work. I could barely focus my eyes. And we had these tickets. Every time you make a product, you spit on the ticket and you slap it on the product. Well, guess what happened? I couldn't even make enough saliva to even get one drop of saliva on that. Something about them brownies, man. Your saliva production can go way down.
Wow.
That was the worst part about it. I couldn't stick the tickets on. I had to really work at it. I kid him
Wow.
about it. I kid him about that one extra brownie, though. That guy's nuts. He's like, he reminds me a lot of you.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely certifiable, too. I got papers to prove it. Yeah, come on in.
Yeah, he reminds me. He's a spitting image of you, Joel. A spitting image of you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Wow. Huh. I wonder
Yeah.
if I can.
Same vocabulary, same appearance, same attitude, same
Really?
everything. Yeah.
Oh, is he still alive?
Yeah, and in fact, before he died, my dad goes, "Hey, you know your buddy?" I go, "Yeah, your buddy over there." I go, "Yeah, I know him. He's going to be a very wealthy man someday." And I go, "What?" He's going to be a very wealthy man someday.
Oh
So he
yeah,
is.
I've
That
seen
someday came. That someday came. And he's a very wealthy man, and I kid him about it. Here he says, "You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised." I wonder what that meant. You'd be surprised. Yeah, I guess it would be.
I know exactly what that means. But it's his and my little secret because it sounds like a clone. Yeah, but I like that. That's very interesting. Yeah, the Mr. Bridges is not for the timid.
No.
Mr. Bridges is the something which usually really messes people. You know, it's about time that we put our warning in here, kids. You do not want to join Mr. Bridges' neighborhood ever unless you're willing to lose your mind. Because if you think I'm not being serious, yeah, I'm dead serious. No pun intended. So run to the next video. Don't stick around. Don't tune in to www.thoughtbridgetv, and don't tune in www.livetalkradio.com, and definitely don't tune in to www.thoughtbridgeradio.com, those, or uforepairs.com, or greatphilosophy.com. They're all
Wait a minute. UFO repairs. Is that something you created?
Yeah, I also created the barter exchange, cannabis radio. I had 1,500 domain names. If you know anything about them, they started at $35 a piece. I've spent over $50,000 or $60,000 to date in keeping them alive. And then when I got sick, I lost all but 300 and something of them now. And some of the ones that I lost were worth thousands of dollars. I sold one the first couple of months that I was in business for $1,800, and I'd only had it for 3 months.
My buddy had one. It was called Buds Are Us, and he claimed he was going to make a fortune on that. Buds Are Us.
Yeah. I've got cannabis something. I'll have to go. Oh, I think I still have, I might not have it, cannabisexchange.com. I would register domain names that would be something you'd naturally type into a web browser, because I knew in the future they were getting hard to find, the really good ones. So I knew in the future that if you didn't have a search engine, you could probably, if you thought of a generic name, you would just naturally type it into your web browser and it would show up. And that would save you a Google search if you thought of it, right?
Right.
And you get a higher rating for people naturally typing it in, like business.com sold for, the guy turned around, the original guy that got it sold it, then it was sold again. The last time it was sold for $4 million. And that was years ago.
Well, that's not chump change.
No, that's not chunk change at all. You see, I have a reputation in this town that I can't seem to shake, that I'm totally, to some people I'm totally crazy. Some people I'm totally eccentric. To some people I'm totally crazy and eccentric. Some people say that I have this trust fund and I live like this. It's like the old woman that when she dies, they find all this money stashed up and she's a bag lady. So I think some people think I'm like a bad guy. Not a bad guy,
Yeah.
a bad guy. They think that too.
Yeah.
You know, and I scare the hell out of grown adults. I don't scare the children because I'm harmless. But the adults, oh my God. The adults are the ones that I really like to fuck with. I'm Mr. Candid Camera, you know, but a little warped, kind of like, oh, what's that guy, Alfred Hitchcock. I would be more like an Alfred Hitchcock Candid Camera, if you get my drift. Not so nice. Scare the living shit out of people. But I'm, I have no meanness in me to, want to fuck people over. I just want to fuck their minds up. What's the matter with that? I do unto others as I'd have them do unto me. I love my mind being blown. I don't like pranks. Pranks can be nasty. I like stuff that it's more like mind-blowing, okay? Especially stuff that makes me see something that I'd never seen before. Like one time I got a return on my investment in blowing some mines, and the next thing I found is my Christmas tree in my truck, so I couldn't get into it without removing the Christmas tree. That wasn't so bad. But some people, they can be harsh on you. Payback's a bitch, That's what they say anyway. I haven't fucked with you at all, have I?
No.
No.
I don't think so. At least I'm not aware.
No,
I haven't felt fucked with.
Yeah, but if I started fucking with you, you could fuck with me, and everything
and
that I
probably enjoy it.
And probably we'll have to do that sometime.
Yeah, I'll get you good. Don't worry.
So I look forward to that. Yeah. Oh, I am a supreme actor. I mean, I could totally end up convincing anybody of anything. Do you think I could convince you that I really lost my mind?
If I knew where mine was, I fucking probably think so. I lost my own mind.
Well, I could try it. Well, if you have it, could be fun to see.
Yeah,
we might really go.
I don't think you could do it. I don't think so. Not that I'm having known you this.
I'm not sure I want to take up on that challenge because it might cause other people, if they were involved in when I was doing this to you or you doing it to me, they might not understand because you're a heavy and so am I.
Yeah,
we're no lightweights.
No.
And I'm thinking this guy Ted there, he's starting to open up a little bit, starting to get what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's why I offered it. He should make sure that he has a name that it's, if he cares. I don't care. See, I've got myself covered. Number one, I got 18 commitments in 3 states from 1977 to 1998 because either I really am crazy or I'm addicted to going up there and fucking with mines. Never did anything to get into prison, only in the nut house. Like one time when they put me in a nut house after I'd played cat and mouse with the system to test the system and how good the surveillance was, okay, because you got to test it. I thought that they would be able to follow me and keep up with me with what I was leaving for a trail of mind-blowing shit. Like one time I went into a supermarket and a grown adult dressed in a suit sits down in the middle of the aisle when it was empty and just pulled kids' toys out of his suit, the good-looking suit, just started playing with the toys in the middle of the alley. Now something is up. And then after I did that, I knew that there was a telephone call. Wouldn't you call? I mean, people didn't even approach me. What are you doing, sir? I mean, I'm about, how old was I? I was much younger than you. It was like back in, it wasn't 1980. That's where I broke my neck. So it was the first initial experiments that I can't tag the exact year, but they've improved the surveillance much better now. And I knew it was coming. I saw the future when I went through that whole thing. He just mentioned his friend talking about that he knew he'd be a very rich man. Well, I hate to admit it, but I'm already a very rich man. And why would I want to blow my cover now?
Mhm.
And I'm lying through my teeth. Because the way I cover myself is with the truth, 18 commitments, 3 states, and I'm always lying, and I never tell the truth. And that's a lie. Oh, my nose is starting to grow. I told people, look, I've lived my life like an open book because I knew that the Truman story is something that I wrote. Other people just think it's a movie. The technology has been here for a long, long time. Do you think that if the Earth got destroyed every 36,000 years and the poles shifted and that forbidden archaeology shows all this stuff that we can't even do with today's technology, like make the pyramids, and then there's all this other proof that we've already been here, that
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I happen to be an authority on Egyptian history and so on, and I've researched it thoroughly.
Okay, go ahead.
If you go to Egypt and you talk to any common man on the street, and if you interviewed enough of them, you would find several of them, and they will tell you that anybody that says we couldn't build the pyramids, they're crazy, because there are people there right today that can tell you how to build the pyramids. They're still there. Their ancestors and their children and so on, and they know how to do it. Don't give me this bullshit. It's alien technology. That's bullshit. It might have taken them a long time to do it, but they could do it. They're humans, or they were beings.
Have you ever seen anything disappear right in front of you?
Oh yeah.
I had a friend of mine that was working on a CB when I started doing research on this. This was years ago. I've had little things disappear and reappear in different places. I've left a room, gone to bed, swore up and down that I left something right there, and it wasn't there. I came back later, and it was there, and the door was locked. Okay, so we'll start there. But here's a good one, and I got a better one, but I'll tell you the one he told me after I revealed what had happened to me. He said he was working on a CB radio because he's a CB radio enthusiast, and he had a back workshop in his trailer. And he turned away from what radio he was working on to turn back, and it was gone. I believe him.
Stuff like that happens to me all the time. It's nothing to worry about.
Okay. What I like about Mr. Bridges' neighborhood is I don't have to make any claims because I'm always lying. Always lying. I've never once said a word of truth where I wasn't lying. That's my disclaimer. So that's my cover. You're going to have to do some research to find out if I'm telling the truth or lying. When I tell you, you can go to a website, fill out a form, and I will send you a form where it will be notarized, and you can investigate yours truly. But the only thing you'll dig up on me is all kinds of stuff. But don't forget, when they want to hide stuff, they can take the files where somebody said they worked, and they have just mysteriously disappeared. Especially those people that work for the Defense Department on UFOs. If you don't think you're being followed, haven't been tapped and observed all your life, folks, you are sadly mistaken. You don't have to believe me because I'm lying.
You know what? You were talking about cat and mouse. Can I tell you what the actual real game of cat and mouse is?
Sure.
That's where you get all stoked up and stoned out of your mind about 10, 11 o'clock at night, and you get in your car, and well, first of all, you got to get some participants. And usually I go, hey, anybody want to play some cat and mouse? And they go, what? And I go, yeah. That's where we get in our car, and we ride around town, and we win the game if we can get mysteriously all of a sudden, boom, pop up right behind a police car, okay? We win the game. And how long we follow them, that's up to you, however long your nerves can handle it, but usually not very long. And they win the game if they get behind you. Then you lose the game of cat and mouse.
So you touch base with them. I'm naked. I'm in a diaper.
Well, it's not real exciting. It's not real.
Everybody sees something
lively.
I can change costumes so fast.
Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
When I told you ever since, this has been all theater, all of it. All of it.
Everything.
It doesn't matter whether I pretend to be a businessman. I used to have yard sales where I'd take shit out there, lay it all out in the beginning days before the dealers found out that I liked to play pranks. So I'd put all this wonderful shit out, really expensive shit and stuff, and pretend that I didn't know the value of it, or I'd pretend that, and the guys would come over and they'd say, well, how much is this? And I'd say, well, I don't know. I don't think I want to sell that. Then they go to another item and I'd say, they'd say, how much is this? I'd say, well, I don't know. I don't think I want to sell that either. Anyway, to make a long story short, basically, I would tell them at the end, well, what made you thought this was a yard sale anyway? I'm just putting my stuff on display. Yeah, and I'd record it or I'd videotape it. I pulled all kinds of stunts, psychological things on people, and nothing ever really hurt someone. I did spend a night in jail for throwing marshmallows at cars. That's when the road was nearby. I figured just, hey, a little marshmallow isn't going to cause an accident, and I would make sure it wasn't somebody with another head-on car coming, Yeah. So but the reason why I went to jail was because even though there weren't a danger of somebody running into somebody, okay, because, they're thinking I'm nuts by that point, because I did a lot of nutty stuff. But the reason why I went to jail is I had miscalculated. It was misting outside. You know what happens when you reuse marshmallows? And one's been sitting there in the street too long or in the gutter? They get soft and squishy. And then all of a sudden, since I didn't know that, this one that I threw didn't bounce. It splatted right smack in front of his vision. Now that means you're a danger to somebody. That means you either go to a mental institution or you go to jail. So they hauled me off to jail, but they thought to themselves, since they all had gotten to know me a little bit, because I have to desensitize people and explain what's going on. It's like Candid Camera, you explain afterwards, and then the pissed off people break out laughing, right? But as you desensitize people, they start to get to know you, especially the cops. Okay, they say, oh, we're getting calls on Joel. They can ignore it until they actually get something where somebody says, oh, he showed his genitalia, which was a lie. The last event I did, okay, it was a lie. That dropped. Never went to court. But the marshmallow thing, they let me out the next morning, and they hurt me because they let me out just as they were serving breakfast. Oh, yeah. They didn't want to take me to court because what would they look like for arresting and charging Batzel with throwing marshmallows? See?
Yeah. But they like put you in there for stuff like that. I mean, I get charged with hitting your head with a shovel.
But that's how it works.
I didn't hit anybody with a shovel, but I had to go in to because they push the power play.
I also like playing CBS 60 Minutes. Yeah, when I grew up, and Ted can verify this, the CBS 60 Minutes used to, like, you call upon a corporate guy, you know, the head of company, and he's doing his thing, and he's thinking to himself, oh boy, I'm going to get so much advertising. But instead, they put him on a hot seat, have done a lot of research, and are exposing the fact he's a scam artist on national TV.
Yep, yep. Yeah, I've seen him lure people in like that and get them to admit things or not.
I love that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that shit. To pretend to be something that I'm not, it's like being an undercover agent where you go into a drug ring, pretend to be
like
like an undercover cop,
yeah.
Right? But I don't do it like what you say. I don't do it to hurt anybody. What I did find out is the place, I've had so many instances of this place being under surveillance, it's unreal. I actually had the Department of Human Services take a guy directly from prison and release him into my custody in this house, and they paid for him being here. That was in 1980.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay? So I know what I've been doing, and it's been, you know, the messages come in. It's time to reveal what you've been doing, Joel, after all these years. It's time to clear the family name. Okay? Not because my dad cares. My dad wouldn't care. He's dead, right? My son might care. He decided to take the last name of his stepdad. That was like a real, that hurt me.
My son did it to my youngest.
That hurt me. I mean, you know, that was something I had to look at. It's like my son changed his name.
Yeah, my son was named after me, Arthur III.
My son changed his fucking name, so there wasn't even a Batzel in there.
No.
It used to be Zero Zachariah Batzel, his full name. Then for a while, I think he went with Zero Batzel and the last name he has now, which I'm not saying on the air.
I told my youngest son he could change his name.
Oh, fuck, I'm going to say it on the air. Check out my son, www.zerodean, DEAN.com, folks. And he doesn't even know that he's so much like his dad. Actually, he probably does. The one comment I saw was that he is so afraid that he's going to be nuts like his father that he actually has to mention it. Okay? Now, that is horrible because I could never explain to him what it was I was doing.
Right.
So I actually sacrificed having my son because of what overrode and was more important. And what could be more important than your son? Not fucking much. I didn't get a chance to raise him after he was 2.5 years old because my ex-wife said, well, if you get involved, he's going to be caught in the middle. And, you know, a woman, yeah, we know, men know women. If a woman tells you that, she could be bluffing, but she might not be, too. So I bowed out of this situation, and it was the hardest thing I ever did. When he got to be 14, I looked him up, but that's a whole nother story. So if people don't think that I've experienced my share of shit, and know so much about shit and the human pain, the suffering, the agony, the loneness, suicidal thoughts, I know. I really know. And I don't try to push people over the edge unless I think they ought to go over and it would be good, you know. Here, you're freaking out. Here, let me help you a little bit. You know, when I went over the edge, I thought it was bad, but no, it's not really. It's good for you. You should go over the edge at least once or twice. Here.
I told my youngest son when he was about 6 years old that he could legally change his name to Luke Skywalker because he liked Star Wars so much, and his mother got mad at me for don't tell him that. Well, my son was named after me, the third, but now his name is changed to Luke.
Really?
Yeah, as an adult.
What I wanted to do here, this was really good. I wanted everybody that became part of the family here to change. See, at one time, I changed my name to just Bridges. My wife, where we never tied it, we never wrote up a paper, we never got, quote, married in the system. We were husband and wife, no doubt about it, for 7 years. When we parted. Even though I had another girlfriend, she saved my ass when I broke my neck in 1980 by taking over the house and working it out so that the $50,000 that I ran up back in 1980 for fixing me, it could have cost me my house and property. I wasn't on like any disability or anything. I was a businessman. And she took it over, and that shows that she really loved me. And she wasn't after my money because she came from an extremely wealthy family. She's now the CEO of her own company, and she's got shitloads of money. And the ego would say, well, shit, you should have stayed with her, man. You'd have plenty of money, but I don't need to because I have plenty of money. You know where I keep it?
No, I don't.
Well, you know where I keep my ice cream, don't you?
Yeah. Okay.
You know where I keep the movies?
No.
I keep most of the movies next door.
Oh, okay.
And I keep the ice cream in different places. One is at Medora's Market, 778-4602. Say hi to him for me. That's a commercial. Sorry, I slipped it in there. 207-778-4602. Great hamburgers. Ask for a Joel burger. That's for the local people. You people in Australia, well, when you get over here, you try one. They're excellent. If I keep adding any more, the $1,000 they paid me for these commercials.
Yeah, I still haven't figured out where you're keeping the ice cream yet.
Well, I keep it at Medora's.
Oh, yeah.
And I can then call up and get my ice cream. I store it over at Trenton's Market. And sometimes I store it over at Hannaford. I mean, where would you keep it?
All kinds of options.
Well, yeah, but I don't have only a limited amount of freezer space. So I'm glad that they keep it. They keep the stuff, my fresh food over there, and they keep changing it so that when I need to have some fresh food, it's there. And if I really want fresh food, I have my own private circle of farmers where they're part of the Bridges family, and they just drop off fresh food right directly out of the garden, about as fresh as you can get it during the summertime. That's where I keep it. That's my wealth. Now let me ask you, do I need to have 50 cars or just transportation to go somewhere? Or if I want to stay here, do I have to pay for a taxi? Do I have to do this, do that? Abundance is that I have everything I need right now. I have rich friends, and I also know how to bury money and not have any money and play a crazy guy dependent on the system. You see? So let me tell you something about that. I can play whatever I want to play because the rumor is that I was brought up with a trust fund, and it hasn't run out. It's being kept in trust for me. I never got full control of it. I get a little bit, enough to live on, and my movies are produced on a shoestring. I spent that summer, and if you go to thoughtbridges.com, you'll see latest news. I've still left my mug shot up there in the articles and the reporting, and they're slandering me and all that kind of crap. Yeah. You know, they just build on a story, just like the celebrities.
Throw a piece of shit in there.
They just lie about everything because they don't tell the whole truth. They're not under any court situation. That's why you had a totally different impression when you heard my name than actually getting to know me. Remember? That's the first thing you told me.
Yeah, but the thing is, I have been drawn to people that are so-called crazy because the majority of the world hasn't a clue what crazy is. So I'd like to. I find people that are considered crazy to be the most fascinating, most informative, most creative.
Some of them really are.
Beyond me.
Some of them really are. But we don't know that because
I just not understand where they're at.
Right, exactly.
I'll give an example. I was in Gardner, Maine one time, and I was with a friend of mine driving through, and there was a guy down there that was he was a veteran that apparently had some mental issues after the war of Vietnam, and they called him moon boots. The local kids picked on him for moon boots because in the summertime he'd dress in layers of clothes, like multiple layers, and had these big moon boots. He'd walk around and he'd holler and scream at telephone poles and things. One day I was in the car, my
That's
friend,
cool.
and this guy's laughing, talking to himself, going down the street, having a great old time all by himself. And my friend looked all sad and said, "Isn't that awful?" And I said, "Looks like you're having more of a problem than he is. He looks like he's doing pretty good. He's smiling, he's happy. Well, he's talking to a telephone pole and not. It seems like you're more caught up in things than he is."
Yeah.
So
Why do they think it's crazy? All they need is 12 tabs of acid, like I took one time, and they'll understand.
I've eaten 5,000 micrograms of Sandoz crystal.
Cool.
Yeah.
So can we talk about that trip sometime?
Yeah.
Because people really are interested in that kind. Some people are. Of course, the religious people don't. Well, actually, some of the religious people are religious. You don't call them religious anymore. You call them spiritual, because religion is all this dogma shit.
Yeah.
Right?
People lose an interest in religion, I think.
Yeah, because the dogma is, it's like, the guidebook and all these words, and what's a word anyway? The word water isn't wet, and you can't shower with it, and you can't drink it, so what the fuck good is a word? All it is a symbol, and it can be interpreted 1,000 different ways depending on what context and how it's used and the emphasis. Good morning! Good morning. And of
It's like
course,
seeing somebody with Tourette's and the way they scream out things.
What are you talking about?
I mean, people that don't understand Tourette's would be kind of mortified by the whole situation.
Oh, yeah.
Way,
Yeah, absolutely.
Joel, I'm gonna go back upstairs. I
All
was going
right.
to talk to you about that brownie mix.
Yeah, get a brownie mix.
Just, I can't afford it.
Do you have any food stamps?
I meant the.
Oh, that I am going to
Okay.
supply. I just asked you how
Oh, okay.
much I need to supply. This stuff
Okay.
is. This stuff.
That's where I was.
This stuff is. I'm not sure you could really tell the difference between the stuff you have and the stuff I have.
Okay.
But it's all been put under the blender a long time ago.
Okay.
And just between you and I, it's in a place where it's in a deep freeze.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Well, if you have.
So
the
tell
mix,
me how
I'll
much.
get the other mix.
How many, the weight that I need to supply.
I'd have to look at it.
Knowing.
I'd have to look. I usually put a half an ounce per 9 by 9 pan.
All right.
So.
Well, let me go over here and see if my secret stash is still here. Oh my God! Somebody stole it!
And I'll grab
Holy
you.
shit! I've been ripped off! Oh my God! I didn't think of any. How did? I know. Nobody stole it. The fucking aliens beamed it out of here. We were just talking about.
And they replaced it with split top wheat.
Yeah.
Sure fine. That'd be a good name for some bud. Sure fine dog. Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Don't forget, it's not very aromatic
No.
because it's frozen.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, this is good. Yeah, this is definitely the difference. I thought that you had what they call shake a leaf. This is butt shake. Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually put a half an ounce. I have scales that I can put this on if you'd like. Tell you exactly how much is in there.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm guessing by looking at that, probably between a quarter and a half ounce that's in there. Maybe a half ounce, more closer to a half ounce. So if I get the brownie mix, but I can make the scale for it.
According to the actual weight, it's 21
Okay.
minus 2 pill size, or 1 pill size medicine.
Bottle. Okay. So let's see. So yeah, I just about
So
right.
I would say
I figured
there's
a half
about
ounce.
21. I would say, yeah.
About 3 grams to a.
Yeah.
So.
Now
I'll say
I've had that for over a year.
Yeah, I was.
So that shows you I don't smoke much.
Right. So that's not probably. I mean, I can tell you exactly how much. I got a scale. I got the weight of the hundreds. Then I can put that on and bring right down.
I can take one hit of that stuff, and all it does is remind me of the energy that I had when I'm on it, and I can magnify that energy and act like a real jerk. Or a
not.
really nice guy.
Yeah. I think it helps.
I used it originally to develop the characters and stuff.
Yeah. The Q Ultra reality is pretty good.
You know, what was neat was one time many years ago, I went out with Simon. You meet Simon?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I've heard about
He's, I think he's 36. But I raised him as a surrogate father, replacement father for the father that I never really got to know very well. And he puked right in that space in a bucket at 14. I didn't give him the alcohol. He got it on his own. But I gave him a safe place, and so he could do it because he was going to do it anyway. That was Mr. Bridges' neighborhood. You know, if they're going to do it, you know, rather than say, well, you can't do that and chastise them and tell them, you know, well, the kids are going to do what they want to fucking do.
No matter what, I did.
No matter what. No matter what. Now, somebody, other adult would say, okay, chastise them. They'll never come back. They'll never do that. They're just doing it somewhere else where they don't have the protection of an adult and to keep them from harming themselves.
My children dabbled in a few different things, you know. And,
in Europe, by the way, they allow, there's no law on the age. And in a person's home, if you're a dad or a mom, there's no age limit on that either. It's not against the law to have your kids drink underage.
Yeah, and they have better control if they're given free choice, I think.
Right.
In that regard. You know, my kids did. My kids battled a lot of so-called demons, if you want to call them that, and came out fine. All three of my children have graduated now. My youngest is and back to the LSD thing about chromosomal damage.
Right.
The amount that I took, most people would consider me insane based on that alone. However, all three of my children are genius level thinkers.
Right.
I'll talk to you in a bit then. I'll go, I'll get a brownie mix and I'll bring those scales down.
Yeah, you are keeping track of that stuff that is on your card, right? Because I can give you back any of that. My food stamp balance right now, get this, is 200. Where the hell is it?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. It's right here. It's $228. Now it's $236 right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember today I didn't get the wheat muffins for you because Nana was looking at you. I saw it.
No, she did. She should keep track of that. But she's
so,
just.
There was this one other thing I think that I got for you before, and it was $8.
Yeah.
And that was I think half and half.
But add that to the other stuff you're supposed to be keeping track of.
I've got it all down. What it means, we'll figure out.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, I'm not like the food stamp thing. You know, I didn't charge. You know, I didn't charge those sandwiches yet. That was a treat. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, then.
Hey, listen. When you guys cut into that watermelon, let me know.
Yeah, she already mentioned we're gonna share it. Break it down.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
See you soon.
Yep. All right. You're tuned to Mr. Bridges' neighborhood. Yeah, we're having a good old time today, aren't we? And Ted has joined us here. So you're a believer, huh? You believe, you say you have an open mind, but you've collected a lot of belief systems along the way. Well, not systems. You've collected a lot of beliefs, and of course, you've arranged them in a way that that makes sense to you. Yeah, making sense, you know? And anything that doesn't fit within your belief system makes no sense. And you already know that because if you talk to people, they don't make any sense. They have all kinds of belief systems, and they don't make any sense to you. You say, how the hell could you fucking believe that shit? But if it's like a chick and you want to fuck her, it doesn't matter whether she's Catholic or Protestant, atheist, Buddhist, whatever. You know, that usually a guy. You know, if the woman wants to believe, you know, that there's sky fairies, you know, and she's a good fuck, and there's other things that are good about her, you know, she's a good cook and other things. Sometimes guys just go for a good fuck and they marry it because that's what they really want. You know? I think what really most people want is a woman that's a whore in bed and knows how to play society, and has manners and good taste. You know, they want it all, you know? I think that's the bottom line.
I'm back.
Oh my God, he's back. Welcome, welcome back.
I've been planning something here, and it's going to get a little technical now. I'm going to go to my other computer, which is about 3 inches away from my right arm,
Oh yeah.
and I'm gonna sign in as a different identity,
Okay.
and I'm going to try to come to your Google Hangout from my other identity, so I can have 2 Google Hangouts from 2 different identities,
Right.
and then I can just flip back and forth.
Yeah. Cool. By the
You
way,
think it'll work?
yeah, it'll
Sorry, do
work.
you think
It'll
Oh.
work. It'll work.
All right. Great. Let's give her a try.
How long do you think you'll be?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see. I got to click on Google Plus, and then now I like the way you have your Hangouts, because for some reason I don't know if you're sending out invites or what, but I go down there and there's a little white box that says Join Hangout. Everybody else that has a Hangout, it's like almost impossible to get in there, but you figured it out. So let's see. If I go to your page.
Hold on, I
Have you
got somebody at the door. I'll be right back. Yeah. Oh, how you doing? You feeling any better?
Oh, I took some ibuprofen.
Oh, wow, that looks good. How about a fork? Wait a minute, I have a fork, don't I? No, that's a spoon. Oh, you know what? I got way too many dishes. They keep coming down, but none of them leave. Sometime, someday, it would be really cool if you could just leave me a couple of bowls. Because otherwise they keep mounting up, and there's more shit to wash and all that crap. And I don't have. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't look good in here. I only need only a variety of cups to drink. I only need enough forks for having company. Okay. I did. Oh, this is excellent. Wow. This is good. Yeah. Excellent.
Well, I mean, I had headaches after that.
Now, are you feeling any better?
Really?
No. I have to send you some love vibes. How about a hug? Want a hug? Huh? All right. Okay. It wouldn't offend you if I added some mayonnaise, because I love mayonnaise.
Oh my God!
That's why I have a gallon of it.
Oh my God! I can't believe it.
I love mayonnaise.
Well, then go for it. Well, you know, it's not that far from Mark. I almost thought about scrambling an egg. You know, like when you have regular, fried rice. You always have the egg, but I didn't know.
Yeah, well, I've got a special thing like that.
There's all kinds of specialties in there. Brown rice.
Yeah, this mayonnaise won't hurt the fresh.
Oh, I know. And I roasted the chicken because the chicken was so much cheaper. I figured we could get a couple of meals out of that. Anyway, I actually thought about putting stuff over my windows, to darken the room.
Oh, really? Why don't you find me, next time you go to Wally World, why don't you measure up whatever you want for curtains and we'll buy them up to $200.
Oh God, Joel, my God, so much.
I don't mean $200 for your set of curtains.
No,
I mean
no.
$200 for the house.
No, what I'm saying is I have tons of fabric. That
Well,
I
we
brought
need
here
curtains.
From Litchfield. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I made curtains for John and for
And you have
yours.
excellent
He
taste,
keeps
so
calling
the
me, by
curtains
way.
the curtains in the office are atrocious. They are.
You know what?
So we really need to look the part of
here's what I used to do. I will go to Martin. You got the most fabulous material. Schumacher. I mean Waverly. I mean unbelievable stuff. Did it for $1.99 a yard. And I mean, I did all the curtains in the living room. I did them all in the bedroom. I mean, they weren't perfect, you know, but these have kept the room a lot warmer in the winter. Yeah, he keeps calling me.
why?
I don't know.
Oh, it's probably
I'm
horny.
never there, you know.
Is he lusty? Men usually get married for one reason and one reason only.
No, I don't.
Because they don't
We
like.
have sex for 6 months, for God's sake. I think.
No, but I mean his last wife took off.
He didn't have sex with her for a long time. You know, I should have known.
No,
You know,
so maybe he's gay.
sometimes
Maybe he got another one.
I thought, you know, he's got like the 6 months rule he told me about Maggie. He's fucking around on Maggie after 6 months. I thought, that's it.
Well, he has no ethics, you know. He doesn't know what love is.
I don't know. This is a man, Bill.
He doesn't have a. Well, I know. I know men.
This is a man that, you know, thought he got what he wanted.
Hmm?
He just got to over and over and over.
Yeah, a little worker. That's what I want.
And then once you have exactly all this wonderful stuff coming your way, it hits you that you don't deserve it, and you start to resent the goodness, and you start to resent someone that gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning and makes you oatmeal and makes you lunch, you know, and does all this stuff.
That was never my problem.
I know. Well, you're different. You're not like most.
I'm a nurturer.
You're no. I mean, you're not like.
I nurture everybody, just like a mother.
So I'm not answering the phone.
Hmm?
I'm not answering the phone. I'm sitting right there. I'll answer the phone, but I don't want to get bullshit.
Answer the phone once he sends you the fucking money.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Mm.
He's using him.
He was so weird about money. He was so weird about it, you know.
He's still weird about it.
I remember.
$50? He gives you $50?
I know.
That's fucking bullshit.
I remember Ruth Tumler, you know. I was working then, you know, taking care of my little friend in Litchfield. And I remember Ruth Tumler saying, you keep all that money and you put it in your savings account, don't give them a penny. Sure enough, you know, I would, you know, Mucko Nano, you know. And I think a lot about what you say, you know, you probably don't think that, but I think a lot about what you say.
Well, if you want to know all men's secrets, you can ask me. I'm a man. But I'm also a nurturer. I could be a woman, but I think I'd make an ugly woman.
The thing about you is that you were very
body-wise,
sexually. It was very
really good.
Obvious. But with him, it was weird. I mean, it took 2 weeks for him to have an orgasm.
Oh, dude.
I don't like this.
Hey, listen, I never came before you got off, or at least pretended to get off. That's not my style. I'm a giver. I'm a, you know, serve whoever, you know, and if the one woman doesn't get an orgasm, I don't feel right about it. Well, that's true, but not all women are like that, man. Listen, women would like cling to me because they'd never met a guy that was so loving to them and so good in bed. Really.
I'll tell you, I remember being with you, and it was like my first experience of having sex. I mean, you know, really, you know. I mean, I remember thinking that, you know. And I remember the kids growing up so tall. Just moving up to the bedroom and they're rolling irises from listening, you know.
That's where they said you smell like sex, huh?
Yeah.
How would they know what sex smells like? They weren't watching us, were they?
No. The hero stuff.
Well, you should see the videotapes I got. Never mind that bag that got stolen. You should see what I got left. Holy shit, some awesome porn movies.
Oh God, I hate porn movies. Porn movies are made for men. I've tried to watch.
How do you think I make my money, my millions?
You don't do porn.
What I do is I suck women into my life, hide cameras, lie, cheat, steal, fuck them, and all these hidden cameras
Oh,
capture
stop it.
what we
Stop
do,
it. Stop it.
and then
You
I
would
sell
never
them
do
on the...
that.
What?
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, come on, give me a break.
You would never do
Mr.
that.
Bridges would do anything,
Well,
wouldn't
you're
he?
not Mr. Bridges right now.
How do you fucking know?
Yeah, I remember him showing me. He's like, "Oh, you want to watch this porn movie?" And I was like, He goes, "Have you ever watched porn?" I go, "No." I'm trying to think. I was like, maybe once, you know. I thought it was like boring as hell, you know. It's like some fucking guy's porn in there.
Hmm.
Well, that's not exciting, you know.
No, there are some women that like it, you know.
Well, I don't. I mean, it's every woman. I thought it was boring.
No.
Like, well, how many times can you see guys shove his dick in a, you know?
Some of them are very creative.
No, I
Well, Ben downloaded enough porn one time on my computer, so when I turned it on, it said I was out of memory. So rather than getting rid of it, what I did is I I put it on a drive and took it off, but we had to check all of it because you downloaded it from sites that give you virus and shit.
Yeah.
So then when people would come along and say, I'd say, don't go to any porn sites. Not because, you know, I'm a goody two-shoes. I don't give a shit whether you watch porn or not. Just don't go to any porn sites because there's all the porn that you need here. There's gigabytes of porn, and we've gone through the hassle of cleaning it all so that it doesn't give the computer any viruses. So please, if you need porn, not a problem. Don't go on a website to get it. It took a long time to go through those, and a lot of them had backdoor Trojans and.
Absolutely, I have no interest in it at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember reading the story of O, and that was very titillating in the beginning, but at the end, it's so sad, you know, what happens to them. You know?
Boy, that was good.
Good. I didn't bring you much because you said you only like to, you know.
Oh yeah, that was excellent.
I still have a whole.
And if you want to take some, can I give you some dishes to take
and
with
you
you?
wanted me to put the ice cream in the freezer.
Yeah, I did.
I'm gonna go lie down for a while.
You want some ice cream?
Well, you told me you wanted me to put it in the freezer for you.
No, I got rid of it.
Oh, okay.
I gave it to Arnie.
Okay.
But here's the can that we brought down.
Okay. If that's what I could bring to your stuff in.
This one?
Oh, I don't remember that.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, that's one of the apples.
Got another apple.
I saw gold there.
Here.
Here it goes. Yeah, that's for me.
There's that one.
That's fine.
That's Pyrex. We need it.
All right. I know.
Listen, anything you can.
That's another bowl. That'll be nice. How's the peanut butter working?
Looking great.
I didn't buy any more organic peanut butter because I thought you had enough. Alright. How am I going to use that for?
I don't care.
I just want that peanut butter.
Anything extra just goes somewhere else. I just don't want to see it anymore. That's all. I just have way too much shit. There you go.
Oh my God. Well, what am I going to do with all this?
Well, that's your job to find out what, you know, I said it's going to take all the stuff out of the surplus and have our own yard sale and grab the stuff and bring it back in. Decide how much you want.
All right. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed your dinner. I'm going to go take.
More.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Bowl.
Oh, now Tupperware would be good for the freeze. Did you have any tops for these?
Oh, yeah, don't throw out tops. Don't know.
No, I never throw away tops.
So, I mean, see, like, this top, for instance, I'll explain the concept. Tops fit bowls that don't have tops perfectly.
Okay.
Okay? So don't be throwing away extra
I didn't
tops.
throw away any tops.
Okay, no, I'm just letting you know. So we're on the same page.
Oh,
Because you don't, if you know that you don't know, that's why I'm supposed to check what you're throwing away or you're
I
taking.
feel. Okay.
That's,
Now,
that's the
you
idea.
got tapioca pudding in there, darling, for dessert.
Yeah, cool. Oh, here's one. This is recent.
Well, we don't need that.
I know you don't. There's another cup here. Look at this one. This just showed up.
I don't think
Yesterday.
I can carry it all.
Oh, you're right. There you go. Thank you, honey. Yeah. Oh, yeah, look at cooking. That's the main reason. That's the main reason I married you. Besides getting a great leg.
I'll put it in my
All right, you're right. I'm lying.
Tomorrow for dinner you have unless you want to cook one. I have all the fixings for a wonderful salad.
Oh, wait a minute. You've forgotten these plates.
Oh, so I can't carry them.
Wait a minute. They're just plates.
I can't carry anymore. This is
Ah,
heavy.
can't you?
Look at that dear little plate. Save it.
There you go. Look. You're going to make it.
I'm not taking that.
All right.
That's pretty thick.
All right. Beautiful. Excellent. Little by little, a bucket fills. Or empties. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh, that's a ugly cup. I don't know how that thing got. All right, you keep them entertained. I got to take a whiz. I'll be back.
Yeah. Oh, we gotta figure out how to get in here. Let's see. Oh boy. Okay. What happened was the link to the Hangout has vanished. Yeah. The link has vanished, okay? And oh, wait a minute. Is this it here? I don't think so. Wait a minute. If I go to thoughtbridge.tv, yeah, that's what I gotta do. I gotta go to thoughtbridge.tv.
What are you going there for?
I can't find the link to get in on my other computer.
Oh.
I don't know what happened to your link.
Well, maybe it disappears once the thing starts. You know, when we go live, I think the link disappears. That's
Oh,
why.
really?
Yeah, that's why I post it in the comments section.
Yeah, I couldn't even find it in there.
Well, I didn't post it this time.
That's why.
Look, there's a lot to this. You realize how much time and effort it takes into learning all this crap? And then I don't even have a decent control board. I used to work at a multi-million-dollar radio station where everything was right at my fingertips. And I got another studio upstairs, but it got to be winter, and this is the place that I do my winter stuff. I got 4 different studios, and some of them, since Some of the equipment is upstairs, some of it's in another thing, but I hardly have ever gotten it all together. And now I've got all these stupid, really antique computers, and I'm looking at a huge expense coming up. I need 2 really good computers to replace, I got eight of them all networked together, and I hardly ever use the other ones. It's like having the reason why you have all the dishes and silverware is because if you throw parties, you got to have it. But when you're by yourself, you only need 1 bowl, 1 fork, 1 spoon, 1 knife, We just got my kitchen cleaned out because they keep bringing me food, and they leave the plates. So I just sent my ex-wife out with a big handful of, oh shit, where's the camera? No.
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now, I'm on your thoughtbridge.tv, and can I click it says google.com plus Joel Bridges? Is that going to get me to the Hangout?
Go to, you want a direct link. I've tried to make it easy. You want the direct link, it's www.thoughtbridge.tv/hangups.
Oh, that's right. I saw that.
Yeah, if anybody spends, it's
Is that
nothing.
on your page, though?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can get there from there. It'll show
I'm
up.
going to click on it and see what happens.
But don't forget, Ted, I also purposely leave hidden links. I have hidden links all over my websites because that's the kind of guy. I even have hidden rooms in my house. And there are people that have discovered them, and also the secret is out because most everybody heard a rumor that I have hidden rooms. It's true. I always loved those movies where the walls would turn and, peeping eyes out of paintings and shit.
Okay, I've got a project for you. Can you go right now to your let's see, it would be your let's see, where would that be? You're gonna have to invite me, and my new name, my other identity name, I'm gonna reveal it now, is
Why don't you text it to me?
yeah, I can put it in the thing.
I notice as we get older, we use Thing a lot. I like to use Thingy. That Thingy.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, I did too. Thingy
Just
is a good. Thingy
just
is
to show you.
I said Thingy is a really good thing. A good word. It's almost as useful as fuck.
Yeah, women use it a lot. But just to show you the kind of sense of humor I got, I scour the criminal news, the news reports, and I always try to find some kind of bizarre criminal activity or something, some crazy lunatic.
That's
so I got one here. I got one here.
Okay, but listen, that concept, that's what I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find people that specialize in that, the tidbits, the absurd stories, the criminal stuff. I want all of that. I'm the producer. Come to me, people. If you've got something whacked out, bizarre, ugly, nasty, beautiful, I don't care what the fuck it is. I don't have any particular preference. But I do have a preference in the order in which it's presented. I don't go lopsided. If there's something disgusting, I try to counterbalance it with something beautiful. And it's like Ed Sullivan. I decide the order of the talent. I take people on journeys, trips. So if you got something to share, email me at jtb@thoughtbridges.com. Sorry for that interruption. That's not you, is it?
No.
Okay. See,
It was gonna be.
I got like a dozen phones, and I can reroute calls at will because it's all web-based. The phones are just simple track phones, but because of my ability to analyze things, I can divert calls. I can never answer the phone again. They'll just get an answering machine. I got numbers that family can get through that nobody knows, good friends of mine that are on that list, and then everybody else can leave a name and number and when to call. I get too many calls, man. So the things that I have out there are going to different phones. You don't hear them because it would be a disaster for production. Anyway, you were saying.
I put my name in the chat box. Now, if you send me a direct invite, you're going to have to go. You're going to go somewhere. Google's going to say, "Oh, you want to invite more?" And then you just type that name in there, and then I'll go to my other computer, and I will. It should show up in a little bell. I got a new message. Joel T. and just invite you to Hangout.
Okay, I see it. Okay.
We got to get some people to come in to Hangout, man. I almost want you to get Pal Talk going so you have more people in here. We should be more human bodies.
I know something you don't know.
You really?
Yeah. I don't think like that.
Wow.
I'm having fun whether it's one person I'm talking to or I'm talking to millions of people. Doesn't matter.
All right. The more the merrier.
Well, that's what the human mind says. I know that I'm always being heard. Yep. Don't ask me how, but I know it. Even when I'm not talking to anybody, I'm being heard.
What happened to Nano?
She lives over on the other side of the house.
Oh, why did she have to leave?
Well, people really like her, you know. They like when we get together. I'll have to play some old material where we're in Mr. Bridges' neighborhood and really going at it. Yeah, people like that stuff. I get a lot of shit from women that thinking I'm being too hard on her and stuff. They have no idea. It's all play. It's all improv. Which, by the way, an announcement: www.thoughtbridgetheater, theater.com. Check it out. I just announced it last night. Now, there's no guarantee it's going to work right because some of these websites haven't been up for years. But I can open them up at will, and then I go back and see if what I need to do to fix whatever they fucked up when the Turkish hacker took over my websites of 1,500 domain names. Anyway, when you have time, check it out, kiddies. www.thoughtbridgetheater.com. That's where you can join an improv club. And do improv for love. How about that? Or do it just because you like to do it. Who gives a shit? Fuck love. Not really.
Is that a live website or is that just a storefront?
Well, a lot of this stuff is storefronts, but I've checked some ones recently that I've opened back up, and the forums aren't working. None of the forums, some of the links, some of the images. That Turkish hacker really took a toll on my network. It took me 5 years to build, and he destroyed it in I don't know how many hours it was, but he destroyed it while I was sleeping, I think. Yeah, well.
What you can do is you can copy the link. Then you can go down and you can click on watch it in YouTube. You can quickly switch over to YouTube. You can post a link in the comment sections of YouTube. And then you might get a lot of people interested that way.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm not running the show. I told you that. I'm perfectly happy whether the show goes on or ends.
Okay.
Yeah. It's everything in due time. I don't order the event, so I live in a sea of possibilities. Not the same thing as thinking anything's going on. It's like discovering life as life unfolds, and that's awesome because I don't know how it works. I don't have the ultimate answer. Ultimately, I don't know anything. But with human beings, since I'm still human, I have all the data anyway. I know exactly what you mean. I do know exactly what you mean. Let's see. I'm finding your name now. I don't know how to add a name that somebody gives me, unfortunately. I've never done that.
Can't you just send me an invite where it
No,
says invite?
I have to have your name to
It's
send
on
you
the chat box, the group chat.
the group chat. I
In this,
know that I can't click on that. That doesn't allow me to invite you. I have to put it somewhere to invite you.
no, you'd have to type it out with a typewriter into
Right,
the
in a search engine.
in the Google circles. When you go to people on the left on your Google homepage, you go down and it'll say people, and
Well,
then it'll.
guess what? Guess what? I found you.
Oh,
Um,
thank you.
but it wasn't the way you suggested. It was the way
Okay.
I have learned thus far how to do it. I know there's more than one way to do it. That's where things get all screwed up.
Okay.
I did a search for the name and it came up, and you are already in my circle. But I have friends, family, acquaintances following interesting musicians and all of that, and this tells me what category you're in. Otherwise, it would be ridiculous. I wouldn't be able to find you at all.
Okay. Well, there's no way for me to get in there until I find that link or find an invite.
Right. Well,
You
now I
said
just
the
have.
invites are gone. You said the invites are
I,
gone. Oh, I don't
I
know.
know what I have to do now. I've copied and pasted it. Now I have to go to the invites. I'm not on the invite page. Let me go to an invite page. I have to open a new page now.
Yeah.
So hold on. I found
It'll
you.
say share. I think there's a little key the button that says share, and then sometimes you hit share, then it'll bring up the box, and then you put the names in there who you want to invite.
Well, they've got multiple ways to do it, and it's just very confusing. I know. I'm going to find it because this is not what I've done before. Okay. And you're gonna have to be patient because I'm not in a hurry.
No, no, I'm not.
Everybody else around me seems to be in a hurry. I'm not in a hurry. I refuse to go there. That means I want something. I'm anxious. I don't practice anxious or hurry anymore. There's nothing I want, so I'm just centered.
Anxious.
I got what I need. So what do I want? Nothing. That's the way it works. With me anyway. Let's see. Invite more. Okay, there it is. Knew it would be there somewhere. The son of a bitch didn't copy the damn nick. I don't believe this. Now I gotta go back, copy and paste again. And why isn't it coming up now? Now your name is all faded out. This is fucking crazy. Okay, I'm gonna have to type it in manually.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. I just copied and pasted, and it won't allow me to do anything. It's just grayed out now. That is so fucking insane. I can't even click on my profile. That is fucking weird.
Hmm.
I don't like it. Well, you know how it works. You were explaining to me what happened to you because you couldn't get the controls back.
That's why the
Same.
link dropped off when you gave me the controls, and then you left, and they must have thought I was controlling at that time, and then they just dropped off all your links from Joel Bridges.
Yeah, come on in. Yeah, well, haven't you noticed that no matter what you plan and think's happening, that it doesn't work that way? That's like crying over spilled coffee. Well, that's where the irritation comes from. There's no
He's
acceptance.
back. Your friend is back. Or is that
Apparently.
Paul?
Now that's Champ.
Champ.
All right, I'm going to try again. This was crazy. One more time. Well, Diamond, Green, I can't copy and paste it, damn it. It's not working. So I'm going to have to... Hold on. Now I'm getting irritated because you probably are getting impatient. You're going to call me a dumb motherfucker. Okay.
No, I might go get a cup of coffee. I don't know. Got some coffee here.
Okay, I've copied it again. Why isn't it working? Can't believe this bullshit. It won't do it. I can't copy it from the... I can't copy it. It's fucking crazy.
Now, are you trying to paste it in an invite text box, or are you just trying to paste the link in the...
I am typing the name you gave me into what is there. I'm figuring it out. There it is.
All right.
Now I don't know how to invite you because it came up, it said invite more people. Your thing came up. It just took me over to your website, your profile page, but it didn't invite you. All right? Satisfied?
Not yet.
Well, I'm sorry, it's not working. It says invite. Okay. Invitation sent. Now, I don't know if that's an invite email or an invite to you.
It's an internal Google. It's an internal Google invite message.
Did you see it?
Not yet.
Well, however that works is however it works. It may have sent you an email.
I might have to go to my home page.
Well, I sent it. It said confirm the invitation was sent. I don't know what happens to it, okay? I don't know this program much better than you do, but I do have a certain amount of learning, so I can limp around in different areas. Oh, God, this is so fucking uninteresting for the people tuned in. I gotta tell you, this is not what a hangout usually is where Ted and I try to figure out the goddamn fucking program because I read the collective conscious. It's fucking boring. You're just losing part of the audience unless I pretend to be really fucking upset about this. God damn it! Let's stop doing the stuff that started out with interesting shit and end up fucking talking tech talk. Because nobody except nerds and people that want something to get people in here will engage in doing this online tech talk because it's boring. They want drama, Ted, not people talking about they're having problems. Do you understand, Ted?
Thank you for bearing with me. I wanted to test the system and have two Hangouts going from two identities, but I can't seem to find a way to get in, even though you did invite me, and I'm going to keep looking here for a little bit and see if I can find that invite button, but
Oh, wait. How much did it say?
I usually put a half in a 9x9 pan. I cook it into the oil and everything.
This is some fucking expensive. It's $100 for the pot.
Is it really? You pay that much? Well, yeah.
200 an ounce?
200.
What the fuck will you sell it to me for?
Yeah. Well, I
That's $100 brownies.
170, 250. Sometimes
That's $100 for some brownies that I'm gonna obviously have to share. Do I get two of them instead of one? God damn, you're talking to my ego. That's real money. That's $100 for a fucking brownie thing. You expect me to divide it equally? Fuck you.
How do you want to do it? I'm just making.
I mean, come on, think about it. That's real money. That's
Real-
like,
real
you know,
money.
if there's like four of us,
Well, money was an illusion.
that's like $25 a piece. I'm giving out $75 just to be nice. Fuck you. You're going to cut it into 6 pieces, and I'm going to give you each one. Any objection, motherfucker?
I'll let you do the dividing.
Fucking A.
Does that work?
God, you leave me nothing left over for other people. I smoke with them. I give it away a little at a time, but Jesus Christ. Fucking you better get stoned off of that shit. And then thank me profusely for being so fucking generous with my fucking money. Because if I don't see you're truly appreciated when you're stoned on your ass and babbling to yourself, I'm going to be some pissed.
Well, I don't know. I'll probably babbling to myself after one of those fucking brownies.
Well, since you're so smart, why don't you take out what you think is a half?
Well, that's why I couldn't really guess. That's why I got these. That's the actual
okay.
scale.
Well, I was going to offer you these, but
Oh,
sometime we ought to see if these are in sync.
okay. Yeah.
See,
Well,
yours are better than mine.
These are some of the newer ones they have, actually.
Yeah, but I was
right?
going to using theirs.
Yeah. Okay. I'm curious because I put a nickel on there to
Yeah,
The
that's
nickel-
what I do.
yeah, nickel tends to be
Yeah,
anywhere between 4.9 to
yeah, exactly.
5 roughly.
Now I've lost Ted. Where the hell did he go?
oh, I'm here.
Well, I got too many damn windows open here.
I'm
Alright.
here.
All right, cool. You see, Mr. Bridges represents my ego. And he is a cheap motherfucker. Tit for tat every time, and you'd better say thank you and show some appreciation, or he's going to smack you all over hell, which is where he lives. That was good, wasn't it?
Yeah. So right there for eternity.
Yeah, for the rest of you, the boys and girls that think you haven't gone to hell yet, guess what? You did something really, really, really bad to end up on a planet where your lovers are going to die before you, your kids are going to die before you, your dogs, your pets, everything that you ever fucking loved in your life is going to be ripped away from you unless you drop dead first. So do everybody a favor and outlive them so they don't have to go, oh, boo, I was such a beautiful man. I loved him so much. Otherwise, you're going to be the one that has to deal with all that shit. So you better straighten yourself out and realize and appreciate what you got now. Otherwise, you're going to say, oh, why wasn't I nicer? I could have been nice. And they might even leave that morning and have an argument with you, and then you'll hear about the fact that they're dead. Now try to live that one down. You love this person. You just had a friendly little loving spat, and you're thinking to yourself, oh, my God, what was I thinking? Fuck. Holy shit. I fucked up big time. Right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went through a similar thing with my mother passing. Wasn't in quite a fair state of mind, I don't think, at the time of her passing. and I don't think it was fair to her. And I was unprepared.
You need to be prepared for your own demise every second of the day. If you forget, have a friend slap you in the face and tell you, hey, pay attention. You need to be
There's no
so
guarantees,
centered
yeah.
that you are ready to go at any second. I mean that.
Yeah.
Because unless you've
Yeah,
had a
I've
death
witnessed
experience,
enough of it, and I've been there because that was I was young when I had mine. You know, I was 18 years old, so it was like,
well, I've had more than
Take
one,
that.
and the last one kicked my ass hard enough so that anytime I hurt, I'm in pain, I can't bend over, somebody, says shit to me, and I don't even go for it. All I have to do is think about where I seem to be,
Mhm.
and amazingly enough, I snap out of it.
Yeah, they can't put me down. I've actually been on life support. I had my heart stopped 6 times.
Yeah.
Lucky to be alive.
Yeah, we'll have to discuss what it was like for you, because I know what it was. I've already described what it was
Well,
like
the
for
very
me.
first time it was the consciousness where I went into the light, but then each time after that, it was just a deep, really good rest.
What does the light, going into the light, mean?
Well, becoming aware. Now that I know, I call it going into the light because it's easier for people to look outwards for something than to.
I call it the disappearance of the universe.
This was that, by the way. That was FA half out of that, which was probably a little bit less than a third of what you had.
Okay,
So you actually had more than what I thought.
Right. Well, it started out as 22 because
Yep.
he. What happened was it had dried out. See, some dealers, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. This is for your benefits, kids. What dealers do is they wet it down.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And that's why it's so sticky and moist.
Well,
Not because it's sticky and moist, but because
people do that.
They do that.
But not everybody.
Not everybody.
But
no.
I wouldn't say that.
Could I recommend something rather than wetting? Could
Sure.
Could you just use the old plain old steam iron? Steam iron it. It works much better.
Steamers, yeah, I've heard of that.
Steam iron on what?
Just blowing the steam on it and whatnot. Yeah. But
I
think
yeah.
some of the good stuff nowadays is the trichrome production is enough.
Sounds like Ched sold dope at one time.
Really,
but he'll never admit it. Will you, Ted?
It gets really sticky that way.
I didn't think so. I will.
Feed it molasses. Feed the plant molasses.
Because I'm covered. I'm always.
As a matter of fact, I just had a brain light went off in my head, and the guy that taught me that was from Maine. And he lived up in Chicago in a gangway apartment, and he was from Maine. And we made fun of him because he had a terrible Maine accent. And yeah, that was right.
You're making
and he
fun
worked
of me.
at the bank. No, you don't have an accent, but this guy did.
What do you mean I don't have
an
varied accent?
You have no accent.
So that's
you don't have a good.
That's really
Eastern
crap.
accent.
Yeah.
You put more in it.
No.
Yeah, he worked at a bank. He goes, I don't know how I got this job at a bank. It's unreal.
Oh, I'm gonna weigh it now. I never worked at a bank myself.
Yeah.
No. My brother's a banker though.
Is he really?
Yeah, my brother's the assistant vice president of Key Bank in Florida.
All you have to do is
oh my goodness.
Assistant.
I'll meet him.
The only thing we relate on is guitar. We play guitar, and he smokes pot, but doesn't want anybody to know.
Yeah, right.
Oh, one of those guys.
Yeah.
One of those guys. Oh Lord.
Well, I don't ever smoke any pot. The only thing that I smoke in Mr. Bridges' neighborhood is alfalfa. Looks exactly like pot. It burns. As a matter of fact, me and a buddy took over some alfalfa to a party one time where they are sitting around drinking, jonesing because they didn't have any weed. So we took some alfalfa. I mean, for real. And people were thanking us for getting them stoned and said, could they have some more? I mean, I am serious. Talk about the placebo effect.
Yeah, I've seen that happen.
Holy
We
fuck.
took a plant in the backyard one time, actually, that resembled leaves, of the plant, and actually told people what it was. They wanted to try it, and they liked it.
Oh, Ted disappeared. Oh, he's gone now.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to simmer this for a while. We're running to the store now to get a couple DiGiorno pizzas, I guess is what she's craving with her monthly. So She wants to
Yeah.
get DiGiorno pizzas. And is there anything else you might need while out there? I'm gonna get. Oh, yeah. Hey, yeah. There we go.
I'm
That's the evidence.
gathering evidence
Gathering the evidence.
to blackmail us.
That's a little promotion for these scales are really good.
Yeah, we ought to be making money in all the things we promote, like Medors and Trentons and scales. And,
yeah, endorsements.
And Trojans and all that kind of shit, you know? No doubt about it. You know, this thing is way too slow. I like the fact that
Were you able to catch me in anything criminal?
Oh, yeah, I saw it with my own eyes, officer.
All right, yeah, right, thank you. I'll see you in a bit now.
All right,
I'll
take
bring you
care.
a treat.
All right, good deal.
Or a couple, depending on what Mr. Briggs is.
Oh, yeah. Hi, kids. How are you doing? All right, where are we? Okay, sorry about that tech talk. That was pretty boring. Thank God we could get through that. We lost half our audience on that one. And Ted's been talking about being concerned about getting more people in here. Well, he needs to learn something about production. You don't talk about boring shit like tech talk unless you're inviting nerds. They might stick around for a couple minutes of nerd talk. If you want a bigger audience, what you got to do, if you want a man audience, you got to have chicks, got to have women. That's why Ted mentioned that. And where you find women, you find men. So basically, if you're smart and you know how the human mind works, which I do, you invite women first. And where you find the women, then you find the men, because they're always looking to get laid, even if they're married. That's the way it works, you know. Don't kill the messenger, all right? I'm sorry, you know. It's like Christ. Anyway, let's see what we can do here. We've got something in the bag here already. This is called this is from our last production, and we're going to switch over to it in just a second. So be patient. I'm in just a second, folks. I'm lying. It's going to be like a half an hour. No, it's actually going to be right fucking now. As soon as I fix this. We have a lot of videos where it's really interesting, but I don't do any editing or cutting it out. I like to let the cameras roll behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, and I assure you everything that's here is live, you know what I mean? Well, just nothing but live. Doesn't mean that it's live now. Nothing is live now because, as you know, in a split second, you're different. Your body's different. The air is different. Everything's different. So what is maintaining the now where apparently there is something going on? Who fucking knows and who fucking cares? Okay? So here we are. Let her roll. This is MBN, Mr. Nice Guy. 140412.
How it is. Ridiculous, isn't it? But we accept a volcano just how it is. We accept nature just how it is. We need to accept each other just as we are. We've got to. If we don't, well, look at the world. Look at the state of the world if we're not accepting each other as we are. Because we don't accept each each other's races or cultures or skin colours or ideals or beliefs or religions. And it's this lacking acceptance. You know, ours is better than yours. You know, this is better than that. This is more valuable. You know, it's all this comparison.
And there you go. That's the little buggy that gets me, because that means the broadcast ends, folks. Oh, well, if you want to see it, go to MBN. Well, go to www.thoughtbridge.tv. But we've had so many issues with computer problems. Hey, folks, if you want to send a donation to help us, help some other people that might have no clue, and you like some of the clues that we've been giving you because you understand some of it, a little bit of it, but you don't understand all of it. But you can see that somebody's here to serve humanity. And it's not one of those Rod Serling jobs where it said to serve mankind or serve humanity, where it turns out the UFO invites them off the planet, and it turns out they're going to plan on cooking them and really serve them up. That was such a cool episode. I remember that in 1962 when I saw the original. Yeah. Thank you, Rod Serling. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Join us again sometime when you can't tell whether the actual advertised date and time is actually the advertised date and time because you haven't figured it out. Sometimes I start them early, sometimes I start them hours later. So once you get, if there is one, don't pay attention to the countdown clock. It might just start unexpectedly, even if the countdown clock says 12 hours ahead. But if you miss it, don't worry. Even if the computer crashes, it'll be right there. And sometimes I even change the title afterwards, so it is completely different so that you can't find it. If you would like to watch the unfolding saga, which has been going in my life for over 30 years now, I have voluntarily lived my life like an open book, knowing that I've been under surveillance since I was a kid. My father, take two. My father worked for General Electric and consequently the Defense Department, and he needed some clearance to do what he did. And it was high enough so that I used to wonder where all those clicks, where they were coming from, and other strange things. We had a fair bit of money. My father made real good money. My mother came from a nouveau rich. Her father was nouveau rich, and my father didn't marry her just because he was in lust with her. I mean love, but probably because of the money, too. No, I'm just lying. I think my dad really loved her. I could see it as a kid. They did argue a lot. That's a fact. Maybe that's why one reason why I'm so weird is I could see the love going on between them. Used to really not understand what was going on, but then I saw them make up, and they talked about getting divorced at one time in front of the kids. I remember that as a teenager. What my answer was, yeah, please get divorced. That way, be able to play mom against dad, and neither one would know what was up, and I could get special treatment from my dad, knowing how to do it since I was 14, and get special treatment from my mom since I knew how to do it, and then I wouldn't have to put up with that arguing. And what Eckhart Tolle, E-C-K-A-R-T, Tolle, T-O-L-L-E, Tolle or Tolle, talks about and named adequately the pain body. If you don't know who I'm talking about, he wrote The Power of Now, and you can Google either one of those names. Put them in a search engine in quotes. If you don't know that by now, you should. And you'll see a lot of YouTube videos, and you'll also get lots and lots of websites. If you want to find that book, I highly recommend it for you folks that would like to have your eyes a little bit wider, okay? May you find what you're looking for. This is Joel T. Bridges, a fictional improv character, saying, may you find what you're looking for. Good job, Joel. Yeah, you weren't so much of an idiot this time. Is that good? I don't know.